pins, pins, we want to close it. So when you close it, put the pins in, and they lock. There's a pin right there, and it locks. It's kind of funny, those guys that take their trim and put it through bubble bags, they're doing some of that process for you here. As you can see, what we have is the wider mesh, which is the black bag, and then we have the really fine mesh to catch the pollen, which is the white bag. And then we have this standard bag goes on the very outside, and that's really just to safeguard these bags. So this bag doesn't really have anything to do with the filtering process other than protecting these two bags as they're doing the filtering. If I can think of everything. Yeah, this is the only company I've seen that actually protects the motor of their machine from pollen buildup. This is a really unique feature. So we put the black bag on first, and that's simply going to filter out the large particles of the material, and it's going to allow the pollen to drop through into the white collection bag that's going to be the catch bag for the pollen.
That's going to be your higher grade pollen.
So as you can see here, this is a trimmer that you're definitely going to need some help from a buddy to set up.
Yeah, this isn't a single person unit, but let's just imagine this. If you're needing a unit this big, you probably have guys in the garden that are getting ready to clip buds off to put in the machine. So just grab one of your buddies. They're going to help you set the machine upright, and of course attach the bags. An extra hand when attaching the bags is always helpful. The coarse bag is basically going to just protect the inner two bags, with the black bag being the inside and the white bag being the middle bag. So we're about to plug in this machine, and this is so important. Before you plug in the machine, make sure it's off. And the reason why is we want to make sure there's nothing inside before we... This is the actual fan and the blade speed controller right here. We have the off mode, of course. We have the low mode. A lot of growers buy these expensive machines and they don't have much functionality to what seemed to be one of the key components to it, which is its suction. So with the blades, I'm going to turn off the actual blade just so it's easier for me to talk and describe this to you. But we have right now the blade on off, but what I want to show you is the actual fingers. Now these fingers are very unique to this company. They're silicone fingers. They're not leather, they're not plastic, they're not rubber. This is going to be the lowest amount of friction on the material than any bowl trimmer that we've come across on the market, or motorized trimmers that are similar to this. Fingers. And as you can see here, there is a forward setting and there's a reverse setting. Let's go forward. Now let's go faster. Let's go a little faster.
You're hearing the motor too. The motor's remarkably quiet as well.
Look how slow I can get it to turn. Again, this company is all about creating as much functionality of the machine as possible, because as we know, there's many different varieties people are growing, and each of those varieties has a particular method that you could hone in to make your trim job a lot better. As you can see, the fingers are just on a crawl. They're barely operating. So you're still getting all that cutting, all that suction capability, but you can move these fingers. Look how slow. So let's speed up the fingers. This is the fastest motion the machine will do. Take a look at it. Now let's slow down the fingers. Look how slow it gets. clockwise, and I'm noticing some of the material is not getting trimmed to my exact specification with the machine. What I want to do now is basically rotate it in the opposite direction. So I turn the fingers off, then I hit forward, and here you see them go in the opposite direction. Again, if I notice that as it's moving clockwise, some of the material isn't quite getting trimmed to my specification, I can simply turn it off, wait for the blades to stop, and hit the reverse button. It's as simple as that. You can speed up or slow down the rotation. With these simple controls right here, the green goes faster, and the red goes slower. Pretty much to a stop. This machine, you can work the material in here as long as you want. And when you decide that it's done, you just open this latch, it's going to fall down through into this compartment, you open it here, and it's going to drop down into your 5-gallon bucket or your tote, or just another bag that you're using. So this is a machine you can keep the material in as long as you want. You don't need to connect multiple satellites together. You're going to get the trim job that you intend, and it gives you this functionality to stop the fingers, work them in the opposite direction, slow them down to a crawl. I mean, this is such a unique feature. And of course, the blade works independently.
Notice it has these two things right here,
Yeah,
and there's a knob marked volume.
Yep,
What's that all about?
This is a megaphone system for you to tell your trimmers that it's time to bring more flowers to the machine to work. Now, the truth is, this is actually an iPod dock. Let's go ahead and take a look at that in action. I want to show them something. Look at this blade. Look at this blade right here. You see it? It's not just a blade, but there's a fan. There's a fan and a blade. Well, you got to look at how close this blade is to the grill. This is the only trimmer that we have seen a blade that literally is almost hugging the grill. I mean, this is going to get you a closer cut than any of the trimmers we've come across yet. There's some components that you need to know about. There's an iPod connector that goes to the iPod dock. Yes, they've given you everything you need. You also have some Allen wrenches here too, so that you can do some maintenance on the machine as your use may need. Danger! Danger! So we got a volume on here. We got low, and we got high. Now your iPod's gonna get pretty dirty on this machine, so this is what we recommend in Monster Garden. Just wrap that puppy up.
Mikey had a special car, Bobby was a racist. They were all in love with dying, they were doing it in Texas. Tommy
fan blade on low.
Get out in the rain, and then he lost his leg in Dallas. He was dancing with the train.
Stop.
They were all in love with dying, they were drinking from the fountain that was pouring like a avalanche. I don't mind the sunshine.
Medium. Let's speed up the blade. I mean, come on, I feel like a DJ here. I'm not just a trim machine operator, but I'm a DJ at the same time. You could have somebody else snipping flowers off on this side. Literally, this machine can easily have 4 to 6 people sitting behind you, snipping flowers off, ready to go. You got a guy here, you got a guy here, and you got a bunch of people on the table behind you.
Show them how it sits up to get the stuff out of the thing.
Now this is cool. There's a magnet to hold this open. Tip forward. Done. Put it right back in place. All we're trying to express to you is this machine has more functionality than any other trim machine we've come across. And it's definitely not one of the most expensive. So it's a simple solution for us to tell people that this is a device that will do well for you, will give you all the functionality you've wanted with the other machines, will give you some other functionality you've never had before, and at the same time you're supporting an American-made product by an American company that has really done their due diligence to produce one of the best machines we've come across on the market. This unit, as well as multiple units that Easy Trim sells, are available at monstergardens.com.